Hi, I'm Dr. James Dottin, Professor of Business at Middlesex Community College at the Lowell City Campus in Lowell, Massachusetts. Today we will have the great opportunity to view student scholars' research work. Why don't we take this time to sit back and relax and see what they have presented from a term of research that they have gathered. Thank you.
All right, so my name is Ryan White, and I did the evolution of video games. All right, so video games, when they're made, like first of all, I'm doing like the home consoles. I'm focusing more on home consoles, like the systems that actually you can play at home or portable, like on your handheld. And whenever they come out, they're organized by generation. And the first video game systems that came out were first generation. And in present day today, we just the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Wii U are all 8th generation consoles. So I'll start off by talking about the first and second generation. The first video game console ever made was the Magnavox Odyssey, and it was made in 1972, and it was the first system for home use. And it only sold 330,000 units. And then also in the first generation was the Atari Pong came out. This was like more the arcade version, and but Atari would become much bigger in the video game world. And then the second generation came along, and the Atari 2600 became the most popular game console of this generation. It sold over 30 million units since it's been released. And there are also other game consoles that came out during this time, but I'm just really going over like the main consoles that came out. Alright, so the third generation, the NES, or the Nintendo Entertainment System. I got a picture of it on the left up there. And this was released in 1983, and over 61 million units were sold worldwide. And the #1 selling game for the Nintendo Entertainment System was the Super Mario Brothers. So I put a picture of Mario up there, and that's what he looked like in the NES, made of little square blocks. And then for the 4th generation, the Super Nintendo was the most popular game system that came out during that time, and that sold not as many as the original Nintendo, but it sold over 49 million units. 5th generation, the PlayStation, it sold over 100 million units, which is the first video game system to sell over 100 million units. And it took 9 years and 6 months to sell 100 million units. And the PlayStation came out in 1994. And then in 1996, the Nintendo 64 came out, and that sold over 30 million units. And Super Mario 64 was the most popular game for that system. 6th generation, you're talking early 2000s. The PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the GameCube were some of the most popular game consoles that came out during that time. The PlayStation 2 would go on to become the most sold video game console ever to come out, selling over 155 million units. And its most popular game was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. 7th generation, Xbox 360, the Wii, and the PS3. You guys have all probably heard of most of these ones. It gets a little more recent. PlayStation 3 sold 75 million. The Xbox 360 with 70, and the Wii sold over 100 million units. And the Wii was the first to introduce motion sensor gaming, which made it like a popular hit when it first came out. But with a survey that GameStop came out with, most people that bought the Wii stopped playing it compared to the other systems. The other systems kept people playing, but the Wii, people would buy it and then just leave it in their living collect dust on it. And then the 8th generation, which just came out, the Xbox One is on the left. The Wii U is like a portable gaming system, it's up on the right. And the PlayStation 4 is down at the bottom. Now they have a lot of new innovative ideas that come along with these systems. Now you can talk to it and you can be like Xbox One turn on, it'll turn on. Like Xbox play Call of Duty and it will turn on Call of Duty, or play music, it'll play music. PlayStation 4 has like a touchscreen controller where at your touch of a finger you can share, like if you're playing Call of Duty you can press the share button and connect it with your Facebook or Twitter account, and you can share with the whole world your great game that you just had, or anything. You can watch movies, connect to the internet on all these systems. They're basically like computers for your TV. So I just talked about some video game stats. The video game industry today is worth $76 billion, which is a 9% growth from last year. 67% of all families in the United States report that they play video games. In 2010, consumers spent over $25 billion on video games. And as a planet, people play an average of 3 billion hours a week playing video games, which is a lot of wasted time. I just wrote down some more facts. 72% of American households play computer or video games. The average age for a person that plays video games is 37 years old, which is a little bit higher than I would have thought, personally. The average game purchaser is 41 years old. And I read a thing about children playing like rated M games that are too violent, and a lot of people blame like the children or the video game companies, but I really think that it's the parents' fault. And I also read a fact that 91% of children that buy video games are accompanied by their parents, so ultimately it's the parents' choices for the video games that their children play. I read a thing that said 41% of gamers are female, which is also higher than I would have expected. Yeah, that's it.